Right. My apologies that we're a little bit late. Um, yeah, I did share some stuff yesterday and I thought it was pretty impressive. I wanted to spend a bit of time just initially as a sort of scene setter in terms of where we are in the world when it comes to sustainability. In terms of this one in particular, I wanted to share this. Who has heard of rooftop gardens? Who's heard of rooftop gardens? Hi, Mary. Hi, Nate. Hi, Siddiqui. In movies. Okay. It's interesting. What are rooftop gardens? What do they do? Vertical farming. Absolutely, boy. Absolutely. The idea of placing, yeah, gardens on the top of roofs in terms of high rises. What are some of the benefits associated with that? What are some of the benefits associated with that? You don't have to walk to the store. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the reality is there's a roof. Oh my gosh. Seriously, Nate, where do you stay, boyo? Oh, okay. Yeah, that explains. In the CBD, wonderful. Yeah, so the idea is that it deals with a number of issues. The first one is that it gives you a cheap way of cooling the actual building because rooftop gardens have this ability to have a cooling effect on the building. It deals with inner city hunger, poverty, etc., if you want to go that way. We see that in places like New York, the rooftop garden essentially is at the top, and then there'll be a greengrocer at the bottom floor. So there's no cold chain, there's no hassle in terms of transport. You save huge amounts in terms of diesel, and all of these are for the natural environment. And as I said, in some cities, they use it for as part of feeding schemes as well. It's a wonderful idea. I'm impressed that Cape Town has it. In fact, one of my honor students is doing research into the viability of rooftop gardens and also trying to figure out what strategies can be adopted to promote this in South Africa. As undergrounds, yeah, it's sad. Yeah, yeah, sad. It is really sad. I mean, yeah, I'm not allowed to say the word I want to say on here because I'm not allowed to say shithole, obviously, on recording, guys, because I'd be in trouble. Yeah, she's today. Oh, please do, Boya. We definitely would want to see. We absolutely would want to see. So, in terms of the second bit that I wanted to share, and this is one of my things that I am very big on, and it is the idea of green energy and the move towards towards greener technologies. And I also believe that electric vehicles aren't the future. I also believe that the future is hydrogen because hydrogen is everywhere. The only trouble is to actually take it off. It's quite sticky to surfaces. But if you look at the benefits of these, and to me, this is the kind of things that we're looking at. I think we know that as we advance in technology and that we're in the fourth industrial revolution, we will be creating or we will be losing tons of jobs. But you look at how many jobs will be created in that specific sphere. So who cares about the jobs in oil? We retrain people and we move them across. Any comments about the future of hydrogen? Oh, Hendrik, is you in Namibia? Are you in Namibia? It really is the future. You know, what annoys me is the fact that they found oil towards the southern Walvis Bay. Oh, okay. To the southern sort of coast, Walvis Bay area, maybe even lower. And the number of barrels of oil that they're pumping out there, it is disdainful. But the reality is, you're destroying so much. Oh, sure, but sorry, guys. I just want to invite somebody wanted to check in on you guys to see if it was okay. Hold on a second. Where is it? I completely forgot. Why is she not on here? Can I just leave a message? Hi, Simon, please log on. We're not fussed. You can come and sit for a second. You've done this course anyway, but you can sit for a second and chat after I've done the introduction. I'll send the link now. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to be all professional, but that's never going to happen. I just want to quickly share it here. Yeah, I mean, I think you are kidding me, Gaston. Yeah, well, that's the future. Initially, the belief was that our trucks would be driven by hydrogen and not by diesel or anything in the future. So getting rid of diesel is an important part of this. So yeah, I think what's happened is this definite move away. Oh gosh, how cool is that? Gaston, that's cool. Sorry, I'm looking at WhatsApp. And then yeah, this in terms of everything, I thought this is a pretty impressive site. Now, normally when I default, yeah, and I wanted to do that very rapidly, you can have a glance at some of the sustainability management issues. I think the thing that attracted me to the site is the fact that they are very much quadruple bottom line. So you'll hear me talk about quadruple bottom line a number of times when we actually talk about this particular aspect of strategic management. And it's people, planet, profit, and purpose. So we look after the social elements, we look after the natural environmental elements, the economic elements in terms of taking care of our shareholders, and then also purpose, which has to do with ethics and governance and those kinds of things. This is a wonderful, wonderful site. It is well worth looking at. It is well worth, in my mind, I think you guys are also incredibly young. These are the places you want to work for in the future. You want to be in these kind of areas. I think you want to be in growth areas, and this is what a growth area is. Okay, let me do my normal default setting and go to the site that I always use. Sorry, apologies for that. I default to Woolworth simply because of what is on here. Now, I'm going to leave that aside for a second and start looking at the slides. But the reality is, when we think of a South African organization that is immaculate at the kind of things that we look for in sustainability, we look at Woolworths. Please hold on a second. Right, my apologies. Let's should do that. Yeah, someone called Simon is going to join us. I don't know. They're popping in to find out how things are. If when it happens, we'll just give her a second. Okay, guys. Oh, it's a wonderful. That's so spot on, Hendrik. It's one of the best, and they get it right, and it permeates throughout the entire organization, through to their suppliers, right through to their supply chain. The fact that they are now using electric vehicles in terms of short deliveries, all of these things are incredibly impressive. Okay, so if we look at, and I'm going to skip over, you can glance at this. I really want you guys to have a glance at both of those videos. I don't know if anyone had a chance to watch them. Do yourselves a favor, guys. Please watch both of those. The first one is just what we do with coffee grounds and essentially how in the past we used to just simply dump them and cause methane, and the methane would escape into the environment. This is what a pair of brothers do. They grow mushrooms in it. Astonishing, astonishing. I'm not a big mushroom eater, but if you see what they create, but you see, Nate, that's what we should be doing. I think we should re-look at everything. This idea of just taking things to the dump does not make sense. It's the methane from coffee when it obviously disintegrates. Guys, and then the second one is a young girl. It's this young South African girl. She's now a little bit older, but it has to do with aquaponics and just the idea around aquaponics and how to use fish and the waste of fish and run and filter water through and grow veggies based around that. It's a wonderful, wonderful idea. I know that Take a Lot now sell you kits to do your own aquaponics from. Please also have a glance at that article. Okay, so in terms of what we are looking at is the new definition. Yeah, I think she does actually, Boya. I actually think she does. I think, yeah, in terms of what we're doing is it's time. I just want to see when Simone joins so she can jump in immediately. It's really time for people to re-look at how we treat the environment, what we do. Hi, Simone. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the recording and you can take over.